Hey y'all, how's it going? Welcome back to episode 14 of our Let's Play series. So last episode we started our construction of the Enchanted Forest, which is where we're going to house our enchanting table. And off camera, I worked on it a bit, let the plants grow, let the trees grow, and I'm happy to announce that it is complete. So let me show you what I've done. So this is what it looks like at a distance looking down from it. So it's like a fuller forest here. So once you get to the top, you're greeted by this archway of the trees, and we have more trees and moss and all that stuff here. And then we have this pathway. I added a bunch of plants. We have our, whatever these things are called, eye blossoms. Sorry, they're still new, so I don't know them as well, but we have them kind of scattered about here, so at night they open up their eyes and it looks really cool. Then you come into here, and here's the Grand Enchanted Forest. We have our ruinous arches. We got some vines growing. I can kind of probably clip some of these, spread them around a bit more. We have glowberries growing. We have various plants, various flowers all over the place, try to add some color. I actually might want to find some blue flowers, try to even it out a bit, but other than that, looks great, I think. And of course the enchanting table itself is all set up. So I haven't used it yet. I wanted to wait till we were actually here recording to enchant my first thing with y'all. Oh, also, we have our fireflies, which are great. Did that one just boop me on the nose? Looked like it. He came in for a little boop. But yeah, no, I'm so glad I learned that you can just bury them underground, the firefly bushes, so they're in complete darkness, so you get the particles all day round. All right, well, we have some lapis here. We got 45 levels stored up from the course of our progress so far, minus any deaths. So yeah, let's you know what, this armor, it's kind of weak right now. I think I could either enchant it and then just repair it, or I could just wait till I got a new set of diamond armor. I'll probably do that, but at the very least, let's enchant this axe. Efficiency 4. Not only efficiency 4. Darn. We'll enchant this too. We'll probably just repair this. Efficiency 4. Dang it. Do we do it? Hopefully there's something better. I'm breaking 3. Okay. Not great. I'm going to have to find a way to get Silk Touch. I don't have a village yet. So, yeah, I'll figure it out. I noticed it was starting to get dark out, so I figured I'd wait for it to be night so I can show you what this looks like at night, which I think is when it looks the coolest. Actually, so this is like the main area here in the actual like quote-unquote forest. I might add some light here, like glow lichen or something. I'll figure that out, but you can already see the flowers. They're glowing at you. It looks really cool. You come in here, everything is nice and bright. We have the glowberries. We also have some lichen around here somewhere. Oops. Where did I put the lichen? Oh, here's some right here. Yeah, so I think it looks really cool. The only other thing I might want to do is add those flowers that kind of sit like upside down and drop those green particles that you find at in like the moss caves. So that would be cool, but other than that, I think this looks really nifty. It's probably one of the coolest things I know how to make, or taught myself how to make. So yeah, I hope you like it. So we'll be here every once in a while. I actually don't enchant all that much, but oh well. It's kind of what the point of this is, to get me to start doing it more. Okay, now that the Enchanted Forest is done, we can move on to our next building project, which will finally be the home. Because, quite frankly, it's ridiculous that I still don't have a house yet. and I'm living out just as a nomad. But there's a bit of a caveat to that. So I've been really struggling over the past couple of weeks to find a good house design that I like, to create something that I wanted to make. And I've foiled with a bunch of ideas. I usually like to look at pictures of real life buildings and try to recreate them in some capacity. But nothing really worked. And I will show you why. The problem is we are living in a valley. And this valley is very narrow. And I've established that this general area right here will be the house, where the house goes. Because we already have the gatehouse, the farm, the nether portal, the crops. So the path leads here, goes to the house, goes up to there, and then we'll do stuff over there. But like from the distance from there to there, distance from there to there, and there to there, it's a lot more narrow than it looks. And I couldn't really fit, like, I tried a whole bunch of different concepts, and the house basically would be too cramped. It'd be like up against the walls, or if I narrowed it, it wouldn't look that good. It would kind of like, if you were standing here, you know, it would basically be taking up the entire view. Like, imagine like a wall like right here going across, like a box right here. That's what it would look like, and you wouldn't be able to really see around it, and it would look terrible. And also, I was hoping to implement this new, well, I don't want to say new, but a building idea that I saw BOO use really effectively, which is building like the interior of a house or a building with another layer of wall. So instead of just having like a 1 block thick wall that's both the outside and the inside, you have 2 layers. So you have your outside design and you have your interior design, and you can make them different. So for example, you can have like a stone brick outside, but the inside has like quote unquote painted white walls or something like that. And I was really hoping to be able to do something like that. But again, it makes the house thicker in a way that has its downsides, particularly with windows and doorways. And you have to build on a larger scale, I think, for it to work well. And that wasn't feasible because of this small area. And also, I found that even though I was doing that, at the end of the day, the house I was building was still the same type of house I always build, and like the same designated rooms and all that stuff. So I was back and forth and really struggling with all that. Point being is, I came to a realization that nothing was really going to work. And so I decided, the kind of thesis for this server, this file, is to do things I don't normally do. Well, what is something I normally don't do? I normally don't have a house. I mean, don't look at that. But typically I don't have a house, or typically I do have a house, and I make it the same ways all the time. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have this whole open area be like an outdoor house type of thing. Like this whole valley will be my home in a way, if you really think about it. Because like we have the gatehouse here. That's kind of like the front entrance. We'll do something over there that will cap it off. And so we don't need walls. We don't need rooms. We just have everything kind of sprawled out in this general area. And you'll see what I mean when it starts to come together. But for now, what I first want to do is prep the area and start building where we're going to put our bed. That's the first step. And then the next parts will probably come at a later episode. But it's going to be simple, but I think classy. And I've already tested out what the general idea will look like, so I think it'll be good. Yep, definitely good. First things first, we got to deal with our storage because it's atrocious. I mean, just look at this. It's sort of loosely organized, but it's a mess. And this is what's really driving the force of like, hey, I can't keep living like this and just keep adding a row of chests all the way to the front door. I need a proper storage system that's organized. I'm a big fan of barrels. I like organizing it so I can like have one barrel that is strictly netherrack and nothing else, and one barrel that is strictly like armor and tools or whatever. You get the picture. So we're gonna have to slowly move all this stuff out of the way because the bed is gonna be right around here. So all of this needs to go. But first off, the sugarcane also needs to go. We were growing it for books to make for the enchanting table, so we don't need it actively growing. So I think I'll shelve it for now. We have enough clearly to restart the farm whenever we want and however we want to structure it. So for now, let's just clear all this out. All right, I made a random amount of barrels. I didn't actually count, just used a whole bunch of wood. And we're gonna transfer everything into here, over there. I was trying to figure out what the best way to do it is because I can't just like break this chest and have everything scatter everywhere. My inventory's full, I'm running back and forth too much. And we're gonna be done with the chest anyway. We're gonna be moving on to barrels to begin with, so I figured we might as well. So for now, I'm just gonna like put like a wall of these up. I do hope this is enough to store everything. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought. We didn't even use all the barrels. I don't even think... Yeah, we barely got to the third row. I tried to organize it roughly, so that'll make it easier for us when we actually go and move all this stuff. But for now, it's good here. And like I said, these 2 rows aren't even used. This one, I think, is only these 4. These 5. And these 2 are empty. Yeah? And like all these aren't even like filled to the brim, you know, it's just like I said, I sorted it by type roughly. Okay, so here's where we're gonna put our bed, and what I'm thinking is we do like an outdoor gazebo type of thing, I suppose you could call it. But we're gonna incorporate the water as well, and by that I mean this is gonna be here. I'm gonna see if I can terraform it a bit, make it look a little nicer, but we're also gonna expand the water too. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's first, I think we need to clear out this dirt a bit. We want a nice flat area and we want it on the water. Okay, I think this will be good enough. If not, we can always push it back a little farther, but I tried to round out the corner here. And also, we definitely will need to fix the podzol, but that'll come at another time. All right, so starting like roughly around here, what we're gonna do is... Let's start here. And there. I think this will be good. I'm not really sure how to center it exactly, so it's kind of just eyeballing it, but actually let's move this over just 1 block. Yeah, that'll probably be good. And I think that's good distance. We can always fix that later if we don't like it. And then we're gonna go out these 2. I think we go out 1 more. Yeah, that sounds about right. Fill this in. We're using tough blocks because I really like the look of tough stone brick. They're tough bricks. And we also have a lot of it, so it was not hard to get all these resources. So we have like this kind of design. We're gonna copy this part onto the other side after I get more tough. Yeah, so we are going to have to push this back a little more. Okay, and then we're going to be using these pale oak logs as columns. We're going to strip them But first, let's just lay them down. I think one goes here. Yeah, that looks good. All right, well, now that we have that base like that, now we can add some stairs. There we go. I don't like that it was touching that. Sorry, that's just my OCD. All right, we're gonna need some more tough, decent amount left, or more, I suppose. We're also going to raise this up 4 blocks each. Okay, look, so I think you would agree, these look like really cool white pillars. It's got the right kind of detailing and texture. The quartz pillars are a little much, and diorite and calcite are a bit too busy, but I think this looks really, really nice. Okay, now we just need to add in the roof and we're done. This is a pretty simple build, all things considered. And there it is. Like I said, pretty straightforward. I'm actually going to clear out some dirt in front of it, give it a little more room to breathe. But yeah, it's, like I said, it's an open space gazebo type of thing. And let's get our favorite blue bed out. Place down right in the center. Perfect. And now what we'll do is we'll get some glow berries, because I want some vines hanging, and that'll be the light supply. Okay, and we're going to want them on these 4 corners here. Now it'll take a while for them to grow, but once they do, it'll look very nice. And I mean, oh, well, that was quick. It's not like we stay in the dark too long anyway. Whenever it's nighttime, I'm always running to my bed. Alright, so let's clear out some of this dirt a bit. Okay, I think that's good. It's a lot better. So this part I haven't really planned out in detail yet, so bear with me. But what I'm going to do is basically kind of carve out some of this ground here on both sides, like the wings of this gazebo, and flood it with water. So this is more not island technically. It'd be a peninsula, but island-like. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking for the trenches. We'll fill them with water and see how they look. So yeah, we got this over here. I had to kind of trim this hill a little bit, but try to keep it look as natural as I can make it. Okay, not bad, not bad. We're all right. So now we'll add a bit more details, maybe spruce up even the back too a little bit. So basically what I want to do is kind of make the water deeper, like in the middle. Okay, I think that looks pretty good, all things considered. Maybe it's just trying to add a little more depth and some detail, break it up a little bit. So I think it looks good. I was just thinking about what to do with this space right here. And at first, for whatever reason, I thought, oh, maybe we can like carve out some kind of grotto or cave and have like water coming in or coming from it. But then I had the idea, what if we build a waterfall like right here and it just trickles down and runs into here? That would be pretty cool. So I'll think about designs for that, because waterfalls are always tricky and they always look kind of goofy. And I also want to convert a lot of this dirt down here into sand. So I think I'll do that right now. Okay, so I just decided to make the whole thing sand at the bottom. Thought that would look better. You know, I thought about having some dirt patches, but it just didn't look right, so I just went all sand at the bottom. And what I want to do is add some of the seagrass and kelp and whatnot. Now, water decorations is not something I'm really experienced at. I don't think I've ever actually done it before. So I'm going to look into it further, see what else I can add. But I think for now, this is probably good. Ooh, I do want to add some lily pads. I think that'll be nice. Okay, so far it's looking better. I'm still not really happy with it. I think we need to terraform the land a bit better around it. But for now, it is what it is. I will work on that in the future, see what I can do to improve it. But we already got the glowberries already growing. This is getting, oh, this is all the way at the bottom already, so this is one away. These two are lagging, but this one already has a berry on it, so I'll forgive it. But you... Okay, and we just want to make a little pathway here. And we'll connect it to this pathway here. But how do we want to do that? Because the idea that I kind of want to have is the pathway will snake around this area. And as it snakes around, there's going to be, you know, stuff. For lack of a better term, there's going to be stations for crafting and tools, chest stations, a furnace station, that kind of thing. So this will definitely wrap around from here over there. But with the path here, what we could do is we could go straight down here and around, or more likely cross over like that. I guess the question is, do we want to curve it now or curve it down here, down a step? Why not do a little bit of both? Yeah, this is better. And then that road's looking a little janky. I'll clean it up. But you kind of get the idea, and then this will go like this into here, and it'll also, this will just be a branch of it though, it'll keep going off in another direction as well. But this episode is getting on long enough as it is, so I might as well just cut it off here, and like I said, we will continue building the outdoor base in the next episode, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!